Okay, sorry, this is a test run um, for doing some Stitch with Me's. I don't know if I like this setup, but at least it's a little better. Um, this is my Haidsaw Rainbow Dragon. Um, I figured this would be a good one to try to figure out if I can do this. Oops, sorry. I've got the camera arm is right next to my shoulder, so if it bumps, I'm sorry. Um, and I haven't really used this camera before, so hopefully this works. Hopefully it's gonna pick up my voice as well. I'm not sure where the microphone is, but I don't want to yell. I'm going to be stitching this color right now, which is, oof, trying to figure out this camera is a little weird, 3837, if you can see that. So we're going to be working that one for now, and we'll just see how this goes. So we'll be stitching for a little while. I am working this project 2/1 tent stitch on 28 count, so, and doing the loop method. I don't normally do this kind of filming, but I'm almost guaranteed that this may work better until I can figure out how to do some, like, get more progress on things, but I would like to have one of these up at least once a week, so that might be nice. Yes, I just brought that a little closer. I don't know if you'll see definition as far as when I'm stitching. I am using a hoop and stitching with a hoop, so if my hand gets in the way, I am sorry. Also, if you hear any background noise, that is bound to happen since the walls in the house that I live in are quite thin. I do usually two-handed stitch, as you can see, so I am trying to balance and stitch at the same time. That's a bigger feat whenever you're using a hoop, so yeah, I don't really know. I'll probably switch back from like point and stab to two-handed a little bit, just because I do that all the time anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. I haven't fully decided if this was going to be like page by page per section of the stitch along, or if it's going to be kind of cross country-ish or extreme cross country area. So it's just kind of whatever it wants to be at the point at this moment, which is how we're kind of landing. Trying to read my pattern keeper. I think I need to zoom. There we go. That way I can see it a little bit better. I normally have more surface area on my pattern keeper, but since I'm trying to make sure that I'm in frame for you guys, I need less surface area on my pattern keeper, so that way I can keep acknowledging where I'm at for y'all. If I wiggle a lot, I apologize. I'm just trying to get used to this. Also, don't really know if I'll have a lot of like speaking or anything, because I don't really know what to talk about. 4, 5. Like, what are y'all currently stitching on? Do you primarily do full coverage? Do you do non-full coverage? Are you more of a sampler type person? What do you like to stitch? Oh, for those of you wondering, today is the 26th of May. And that is a Sunday. It is, let's see, 10:40 a.m. Sunday morning. So, we are trying to plan our Memorial Day meal for tomorrow. So I think we have it all the way figured out what we're gonna have, but we're still missing some key components like the heavy whipping cream to make the ice cream, which is what I'm gonna be doing. So for those of you who don't know, I work in a produce store. It is literally called a produce market in the name. So that is, oh hey, look at that. You got a little bit more definition there. I like that, but I don't know how I managed that. Anywho, I work in a produce market, and I can take home produce that is basically deemed bad, or in other words, it's like unfit to sell, because if you were a customer, you wouldn't pick this. So if it's like scarred or has like soft spots for certain things, I can take those home. So we have been getting peaches in, the local peaches, and I have had so many of those have soft spots and everything. So I have been able to bring home a good many of these peaches, and because of that, oops, my needle just came out. Because of that, I'm going to be making some peach ice cream for Memorial Day. I can't seem to figure out. I'm going to move my camera a little bit because I think I need to go over that way. Let's see if that works any better. So, I had a frame, like a thing to hold the hoop better. I think I would use that. But we're still learning, so don't get mad at me. We're learning. So yeah, I have an overabundance of fresh local peaches that were supposedly going bad because they had soft spots and things like that. So when that happens, that's why I was like, I get a lot of fruits, I can get vegetables too. It's just definitely been really nice, like a really nice perk for me, and my family, since I still live at home. It's dropped some of our grocery bill a little bit, Anyhow, for those of you wondering why I still live at home, if you have any questions, I don't have the means to support myself enough to actually move out of my parents' home, even though I am old enough to leave my parents' home. And I don't have any single friends that I could potentially room with or anything like that. So I still live at home. Not that there's probably anything wrong with that, but I am at an age where I feel like I really want my privacy, and I'm just not getting it. And I want my own space, but I don't have the financial means to do so. So I'm still here at home. But that's okay. I am on my journey to get more financial freedom, which is great. Oh, I hope you did not just hear my stomach growl. I'm not hungry. I ate breakfast. I don't normally eat breakfast on Sunday, but I did today because I was starving. Anywho, if I'm kind of jumping around topics, it's just because my brain works that way. Yes, I am currently still in bed. That's where I generally stitch, is in bed. I haven't even gotten out of my pajamas yet. That's how aces we are right now. Ooh. So I haven't even gotten out of my pajamas yet. Fun. No, it's not cold, but I am wearing shorts, and I didn't think you guys would want to see my legs. So, we got a sheet over us. That's how that works. And yes, I just paused to take a sip of coffee. Anywho. I am grateful that my job where I work it's very laid back, and I'm grateful that we're closed on certain holidays, like Monday or Memorial Day. We are actually closed on Memorial Day, which I have had, I don't know how many times. I have always had to work Memorial Day, so the fact that this job that I work in now is closed is great. And if you didn't know, I am full-time, which is why my FlossTube videos have kind of gone down in when they've gone down in consistency, and like oof, if I could quit wiggling I'd be great. But they've kind of gone down in consistency and not having a whole lot to show, because I really just don't, I haven't been able to balance yet, even though I have been at this job for 6 months. It's like my body is still trying to acclimate to the whole thing, and by the time I get to like 9 o'clock, I'm super tired by the time I hit 9 o'clock. So I will generally go to sleep. And it doesn't give me a lot of stitching progress. So my projects have kind of gone down to the bare bones. I usually stitch on quite a few projects during the week, but it's been, if we're lucky, I will have stitched on 2 or 3 in a week. So, I could just quit moving downwards is what happens whenever I look down. I wind up out of frame. Okay, that's a bit better. Sorry. I think I need to invest in something to hold my hoop. That way, when I stitch, it won't move and wiggle as much. Do I just go in there the right way? I think so. Because if I did that, then maybe I should get my case, my little mini frame, and see if that works. I might have to try that one the next time. I have been eyeballing a frame that would hold not only hoops, but scroll frames and Q-snaps and all that kind of stuff, even though I really don't use Q-snaps anymore. I have been having issues with those. I have quite a few, and I mean, I've got certain projects that it can hold into a Q-snap really well, but I had an issue here. My surged edge came out because of the Q-snap frame, and I didn't like that they were potentially damaging my fabric. So oops, sorry, bumped the camera again. So I quit using Q-snaps because they were damaging my fabric, and I was just like, it was driving me nuts. So now I have all these Q-snaps that I've got to either get rid of or whatnot, and I really don't know. I don't know if I want to get rid of it. Pardon me, I gotta look at something. Okay. I'm unsure if getting rid of them is is what I need to do, because I mean, it still works for certain projects, and I think as long as I can use them, if I can figure out how to use them like a scroll frame instead of a hoop, it will work better, because then it won't grab hold of the edges that it's usually been damaging. But I've also really loved my Nurge hoops. Yes, my Nurge hoops, I like them. They're all green and blue. I bought them that way. And I would like to buy more, but we're not quite there yet. So it kinda is what it is. looks like I can get about an hour. Oh, I think it was like an hour and 30 something minutes on my camera. Ooh, if I quit bumping, everything would be doing great, wouldn't we? Don't know if this will be the permanent way that I wind up doing it, at least until I can figure out the best way of doing a stitch with me, but for now I think this kind of works. Alright, sorry. Right now this kind of works. I just need to figure out if I can use my Cake Creations little frame or little cross stitch stand, if that will work better or if that will be worse, or if I should order that one stand. I mean, I have like two that I would like to order, but the one that could do hoops and scrolls, because I do have some scroll frames that I've actually found that I enjoy, which took a long time to figure out. Because at first I was like, I'm not a scroll frame girl. It was just very much like one of those moments where I was like, yeah, I'm not a scroll frame girl. And so I was like, I like my hoops better and blah blah blah, you know, the whole spiel. And then all of a sudden I came across some and I was like, oh, we'll try those, because those I haven't ever tried before. And I was like, we'll try those. So I tried those, and they're like the ones that I tried, they have the like easy grip system, so it's just like a little clamp and then you twist it so that way it gets tighter. And I was like, that works really good. So I have like 3 of them now, and I like those a lot. I stitched with those a good bit. But a lot of times I use just my hoops. And it really depends on what project, because I have tons of styles of hoops and like different sizes. The small ones are really hard to deal with. And there are some that I have that are like knockoff Nerd Hoops that are kind of difficult to deal with. I don't know why they're so hard to deal with, as far as like, I mean, it is just a hoop and it's basically similar to the Nerd style, but it just, there's something about getting them to actually like get situated with the fabric that is just not easy. Sorry, I'm marking off on my, I usually don't mark off until I have the full color area like stitched in the, what did you see my binder? Stitched in the mark up the pattern keeper, but For what I'm doing with that, as far as like starting and ending threads, um, as I just thought about this, so to let you know, of course I'm running my threads through. Some of them are like just doing some waist threads out on the front, like ending on the front. That's what you see a lot of these little bits here. Of course, this is just a part thread. Don't know why I have it there other than I was trying to do just by page, and then I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So it's just kind of sat there until I decide I want to do that particular color again. This pattern, I do love this pattern because I love, love, love Sheena Pike, and I'm very disgruntled that she's not on Hate anymore, but I probably have, oh goodness, I'll have to count them, but I swear I have probably like 25 to 30 Sheena Pike patterns. Not all of them are Hades. That would probably keep me busy for a million years, and I have never finished a single one. I have, let's see, Daydream Sea Turtles is one that started. This one, I don't know if I have another one or started or not. Oh, I did. Used to, but then I didn't like the fabric, so I just got rid of the fabric completely and never restarted it. But that is besides the point. So, what is your favorite fabric that you like to stitch on? My favorites are, believe it or not, I like 16 count. I like 20 count, 22 count, 25. Sometimes I really like 28 count, which is fun to say because I mean I am currently stitching on 28 count, and a lot of my projects are on 28 count. And I really like 32 count. I think I only have one project on 40 count, and that one doesn't always see the light of day, mainly because it is stitched in a color, just a single color of thread, and it is not my favorite color, which is oddly enough to say again because guess what? I'm currently stitching with said not favorite color, which is really rough. So one of my least favorite colors to stitch with is purple. I know a lot of people love purple. I'm not a purple girl, so I don't really like stitching with purple. But I've noticed a lot of the projects that I like, a lot of the patterns I enjoy have purple in them, and I think it's just because they have like a more blue tone to it, which is funny because my favorite color is green. I am trying to, like, I want to get the Fruits of Plenty sampler. I'm dying to get that one, and I finally found the colors that I want to use, which, shocker, is green. They are two different shades of green, and someone used them, and they were beautiful, and I was like, yeah, I need that. So, I need to buy the pattern And then I need to get some fabric because I don't have fabric and I don't know what color fabric I would use other than probably white, which might be boring, but I don't really think I could use anything else that would come out that way it wouldn't like it. Words. I don't know what color fabric I could use that wouldn't dull the thread colors. So that is the only issue there, is that I don't want to dull the thread color, which I don't know how that would even happen because the threads that were the colors that I chose. What is going on here? Oh, okay, I'm in the right spot. I was like, what is happening? Anyway, the threads that I chose are such vibrant, it's like a very vibrant light green and then one of the dark greens. So it would be very, very vibrant, but it just, I think it just wouldn't pop the same if it wasn't on white. You know what I mean? So I am thinking I would wind up having to just be on a white fabric, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But this is where it gets hard. I don't like stitching. Oh no, what did I do? Look at that. Did you see that? Look at that. My thread, I went in the wrong spot. So, no, we are not. Look at that. First hand there. I don't like doing that. Okay. Well, there you go. I had frog that back a little bit. It's alright. We're to the point where I honestly should be, are you kidding me? What did I just do? What is going on? Did I skip? I skipped a spot. Look at that. Alright, that would explain so much right there. Jeez. Look, I need to, after this row here, end this thread and go back to the top. So I can come back down the side. That would make the most sense, so that way I'm not struggling. You just heard my knee. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I think I need to go back up. Good news is we've stitched like 200 and something stitches already. I don't know. Let's see if I can do a little more down here and get as much out of this thread as possible. Yeah, it's gonna be the end of it right here though. Goodness. something's not in the right spot. I can see it. Oh, it's right there. See, look. It's the road next to it. Yep. In case you're wondering, look. These 3 stitches right there are in the wrong spot. So I'm gonna frog those out. Shame. I knew it, oh, sorry. I knew it wasn't counting the right way. Or at least whenever I was looking at it, I was like, why am I still 1 stitch up and I shouldn't be 1 stitch up. The part of frogging that is hard is making sure you don't split threads and don't grab threads from a different row that you're not frogging. Hopefully, oh my gosh, if I can get my thread back on my needle, that would be great. Don't normally have this. Okay, there we go. I don't normally have that much of a struggle to get threads on my needle. That's not nice. Okay. So as soon as I end this thread, we're going to move back up to the top. And I need to stop knocking the camera frame. Or the camera, at least. If I could quit bopping it, it would be great, wouldn't it? So, sorry that the angle is kind of like semi-crooked with the camera because I can't really get the camera all the way behind me. So, we're still learning. I may figure it out eventually. I hope I can figure it out eventually. And I hope, like, with doing this, like, that either I will have certain projects that will get stitched on in my Stitch With Me's, or they will, I'm a dragon needle minder, I just got distracted, or they will, I'll just rotate around different ones, so maybe that will be what happens. Not entirely sure yet how we're going to do it. I had originally thought that I would just have a certain project that would be just for Stitch With Me's, but I don't know if I'm going to change that or not. So I don't know if I'm going to change how I feel about that. After I've done it a few times. We shall see. Because hopefully I'll have it all figured out. And by the time I get everything figured out and figure out the best way to actually stitch so I'm not like constantly hogging up the camera with my fingers or wiggling around, maybe this would be regular. Or maybe it will flow a little easier. Also, if anybody has any pointers, please feel free to give them to me. I am willing to try anything at this point. So as far as if it'll work or not, we shall see. Ooh. Because, I mean, I just don't know. And it could be the fact that this camera, which I purchased, I think last year, it might just not be the right one, but I mean, it works. It's working. So, ooh, sorry. It's working. I just have to find the proper angle, I think, is all my issue is finding the proper angle to where I can tell what I'm doing and still keep everything in frame, and that way you guys can see what I'm doing and all that good stuff. So, oh goodness, and stop wiggling it. If I could stop that, it would be great. Which is why maybe it should come across my left shoulder and not my right shoulder, because I am a right hand dominant person. And oh, did you see that? I just put that in the wrong. Oh goodness. Once you get stitching and get going, you just kind of start putting your thread wherever you want, apparently. Alright. Ooh. Alright, I'm gonna shift that way a little bit. There we go. I also, don't know how far away I need to be from my camera, or if everybody wants to see, super zoomed in or not. So I'm kind of half zoomed, half not, because if I wasn't, it would be, way far away. But if I zoom in too close, it gets blurry. So this is like a halfway zoom. So we have about 45 minutes. Actually, we are at the 45-minute mark. How about that? I wonder if we should stop it there, just because I know how long it takes to upload an hour-long video. So why don't we go to the end of this thread, and then we will end it there, and we'll take a peek at what we've got. Hopefully it's not a madhouse, and hopefully it will work out okay. Maybe I won't go to the end of this thread. I don't know. We'll see how we feel. We'll probably end it here. Yeah. Alright guys, I'm going to end it here to see how this worked and see what things I need to possibly change and everything, and then I'll hopefully do another one and maybe get on a good schedule. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!